Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying something new. I'm going to be making soap from scratch. This recipe is the oatmeal and honey soap, and it is from the Nerdy Farm Wife. I will link it down below for those who want to get the recipe off her website. I have never made soap using lye or sodium, where's the other name? I don't see it on here. What is it? Sodium hydroxide. I have done soap by buying the soap base off the internet, and you melt it and you just pour it in the molds. You can add scents or anything. This is my first time making it from scratch. So for this one, you will need a pair of glasses for eye protection and some gloves for the when I do the lye step. You will need a digital scale, and I had all the ingredients except, I'm gonna put those up for a minute, except the lye. That's the only thing I had to buy. So it was coconut oil, olive oil, distilled water, finely ground oats, which I took oats, just a handful of oats, and I blended them in my food processor, and they're just kind of a little bit of chunky. And then honey, a teaspoon of honey mixed in a teaspoon of warm water, because it's the honey and oat soap. So I had the olive oil and the coconut oil. I actually just measured out my coconut oil, and I'm going to put that into a saucepan and melt it. So I'm gonna get that going on my stove. And then we are going to measure out our olive oil. I'm gonna tear it. You will need a scale to make it precise. So the olive oil, it was 22.5 ounces or 638 grams. And I'm measuring by grams just because my scale I feel like does better. So 638 grams. Woo, that is coming out fast. I'm gonna bring it down lower. Woo. Okay, we're getting closer. Woo. Okay, I went slightly over, so I'm just gonna grab a tablespoon. I'm going to put it in another container. I don't want to try to get it through there. Was it 638? There we go. That's exactly. Okay, 638 grams of olive oil. So now I did measure out the distilled water, which was 9 ounces or 255 grams, and then the lye was 4.16 ounces or 118 grams. So I'm going to mix these up, the gloves, so it doesn't burn you. I have only seen online that it will steam and you will see it come up. So we are going to test that. I'm going to mix it in here. I should get a little wooden spoon to mix that. Okay. Oh, and another thing, you will need a big container. I am just using this salt bucket I had to mix everything together, and an immersion blender. This one I got at the DI for $5 because I have one that I use to cook and can with, and it has a removable bottom, but I wanted another one to be separate from my soaps, and for $5 I felt like that was good. Okay, so we are going to mix the lye solution with the water. Put my goggles on so I don't get it in my eyes. And you want to make sure kids and pets and things are not around the table, but Oh, and you will need a thermometer because it wants the lye solution to get down to a certain temperature. I don't see smoke yet. Or steam, not smoke. It sounds kind of fizzy. Okay, I can see the steam now. That's so cool. The whole cup, I don't know if you can tell how it's foggy, because look at this one right next to it. They're the same, but this one is clear and this one is foggy. That is my coconut oil. I just want to mix it till it dissolves. Whew, I don't know if you can see them. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure we're fine. Oh, and the soap mold I'm using, I got this off of Amazon, and because I wanted to be able to cut the bars. I did wash this and dry it really well, and that's what we'll be pouring them into. Okay, so after we mix the coconut oil and the olive oil together, we want the lye solution to be around 90 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're going to pour the solution into the container with our warm oils. The oils and the lye solution do not need to be the same. Then we're going to use the immersion blender to like short bursts, and then we'll add our oats and our honey. And I have my oats measured out right here. So this is the coconut oil. Olive oil. All right, the lye solution is at 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and the oils were about just under 100, so they don't have to be the same. Put the lids on. I'm gonna take the thermometer out, and we're gonna, the lye solution, I'm gonna just kind of stir it in. I'm going to use the immersion $5 DI immersion blender in here, and then you're gonna blend this till it starts to get a trace, and that is where if you pick this up and you do like a figure 8, you can still see the imprint of it. It doesn't just like go through like right now, you can't even see. I'm going to add the teaspoon of our honey and half a tablespoon. Is it the oats too? Yeah. Woo! Gonna sprinkle that in. Starting. I just blended this off and on until it became nice and creamy. It took about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now the mixture is at a trace. Again, what she says in the recipe is a trace means when you drizzle a small bit of soap mixture over the surface of itself, it will leave a faint pattern or trace behind before sinking back in. So this is ready, and you can see it's coated nicely on the there. And I hope this stays open. I'm going to out. Okay, so we have our soap in the mold, and we are going to let it sit in here for 24 to 48 hours. It says why it's in the mold. It wants you to set it on like a cooling rack so it has circulation, and then to cover it with a towel to keep warm, because if it cools too fast it can crack, which I'm using it for personal use. It's not to resell, so if it has a crack or is it not perfect, then I'm okay with that, especially with my first time making it. But if you want it to be really good your first time, probably putting maybe newspaper and then a towel over it to keep it. The reason why I chose this recipe is it looks like a really good beginner recipe to try for my first time. And a lot of the ingredients I just had on hand. Maybe if I like it, I will get fancier and get some fancy ingredients to, you know, make some more soap. I will show you what it looks like when I cut it. This one I picked also because I have very sensitive and very dry skin, and a lot of my family members do also. So I wanted to try and use this one. It's supposed to soothe and help with skin. Even like oats and honey is good. You've seen it in like creams and lotions in the supermarket for eczema. The soap I use right now currently is the Dove unscented, anything. It's just the white bar, and even then I still get pretty dry, itchy skin. I have to like put lotion on every time I shower. So I'm hoping this will maybe help with that, because it has the coconut oil, which is hydrating, and the olive oil, which is very hydrating, and the honey and the oats. So okay, it's been 48 hours since I made my soap. So this is what it looks like. It's in there. I kind of waited for it to cool the day I made it to make that swirly, but it does look like it kind of has some dry spots. We'll see. So we'll get the silicone out. And then I'm hoping it just pops right out. It's still a little soft, but I hope it's not too firm, because I could have probably sliced it yesterday, 24-hour mark. So you can kind of see specks of the oatmeal inside it. It is kind of soft still. So when I ordered my soap kit like a year ago, just this mold, it came with these two cutters. This one's to make it all wavy and a straight. So I think I want to do half and half and see which one I like better. So I think I'm going to use the straight one to cut it in half first. We'll see. You can see it's still a little wet. You see the color in the center. So after I slice them, it will need to cure for another 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to set them like on a tray. Smells like olive oil and oats to me. Okay, so let's do this half straight. I don't know, should I mark them first? All right, let's cut them in half, and then in half again. Probably could have got 5 out of each side. Maybe I'll try that with that side, I don't know. Try the wavy one. Try to get some more. Well, that's cute. I've seen soap like this. I think it was at like Whole Foods or something when we went on a trip. So let's see. I'm going to give some to some family friends to try, and so they can let me know what they think. And if my family likes it, this will be our soap I make. Oh, so cute. Okay. We'll definitely try soap making again. I thought that was super fun. Okay. So anyways, that is it. I'm going to let it cure for another 4 to 6 weeks, and then we will be testing them out. I'll come back and give you guys a review and with some family and friends on what their thoughts are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want the recipe, I will have it down in the description box below. Thanks.